Hello, my name is Ali Abushaba, and I will be taking a look at the Linux Lab number 2, which is all about command line interface. So as we're looking through this lab, I will be showing you the key slides with the key commands that are portrayed in this lab, because I know you guys are going to be reading through it, and I just wanted to touch upon the most important ones. So number 1 is on slide 3, which is why a good introduction of why we use CLI to begin with. CLI is 100% a very helpful tool. They can be used to help you better understand how to properly navigate through a giant folder of files through lines of code instead of just clicking on the GUI. It can also help you when you're using open source software, because a lot of open source software use CLI instead of just normal GUI that you would normally be used to on a Windows or Mac. It can also help you gain more knowledge to protect yourself from any potential hacks that may be used against you. And on the next slide, slide 4, we have the directory or the prompt. So there it shows you all the directory information that you need. You can tell which drive is being accessed by looking at the letter before the current directory information. This is shown by the blue blocks in this image, and you can finally see that the prompt symbol by looking at it in the very right code. This is represented by the red box in the picture. So basically, the drive that's being accessed is the letter, the first letter that the blue block is showing. And then the file or the current directory that your folders are in. So you have a folder that has more folders, but instead we just call that the directory, which has all the folders, which is the green box, which shows the administrator or the user. And then you have documents, which is like basically the third folder that's already in the second folder, that's already in the first folder, which is in the drive. On slide number 5, we have a path that's like a giant family tree looking thing, and it first starts with the slash, because that's the main place where you are. That's the root. That's the home directory. You add more lines of code to get farther in the folder. So from slash, you can go into bin, you can go into etc., you can go into home, you can go into user without the E, you can go from home into John and into Mary, and from John you can go into portfolio using a simple code or simple command called CD. CD is just change directory, which is shown on slide number 8. So in CD you could just put CD and then the folder name. So whatever that folder name is, it'll take you to it, but you have to make sure that you're in a folder that can be accessed into it. So you basically just have to be in the correct folder that has a folder in it to be able to use the command. And if you're in a folder and you want to go back to the parent, which is basically that slash that we saw at the family tree, all you have to do is do cd ... On slide 12 is the final thing I wanted to talk about, which is sudo. Sudo is the most powerful on Linux command lines. It is super user do, that's what it stands for, and the super user is called root. So like, instead of being like, basically root is basically like just admin, like you are the admin, you are the owner, and in order to get to it, you have to use the code sudo in the command line. And one of the main capabilities of sudo of root and sudo that you're able to do not in any other permission slots is to be able to change the password to your account on Linux or on Windows CLI. That is the only way you can. If you are the root or if you're the sudo, that's the only way. Anyways, I hope you were all enlightened by this Linux command line. Thank you.